gentlemen, Unscripted, ITNLive, Unscripted, Scoop, and EB. We don't have our names on our thing right. I just noticed that. We got our government names on there. We got to change that. Hold on, change your name right quick before we even get going into anything because that throws off the whole vibe of the show. Yeah, do you know how to do it?
I gotta
What
go on
what
which one.
what you act like? Oh, welcome
You
to
can't change it for me.
Unscripted. No, hold on. This is all about unscripted. Oh, I can check that out. Okay.
Nice. There we
Lord, the
go.
world needs these types of situations. That's why we are doing this. Scoop and EB coming to you unscripted. We, don't have a whole lot to talk about. Yeah, we do, but we try to make this very, very off the cuff. We do got a list of items that we're going to talk about today. But first of all, what's going on, man? Oh, I see you drinking out the Superman cup. You doing all right?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Okay.
You know, it is what it is. Got to be
Man,
in the
what is
house
that?
anyway, so so I'm
Look,
here.
it's true. That's true. We hear it. I mean, that's a good thing in and of itself. That's a blessing in and of itself. You being down in Southern Cal, I'm up in North Cal. You're right. Locked down and everything in the house. But the weekend, the middle of our weekend was pretty cool. Jen and I went down and hit the coast a little bit, so we decided not to stay in the house. Celebrated 20 years. Her not
20
kicking me
years.
out of the house. Man,
Happy
20
anniversary,
years,
man.
but appreciate that, brother. God, so we went
Nice.
down to where we go? We went to Bodega Bay, rode
Dang.
around there.
Nice.
Yeah, got down there with the fancy folks. Drove around there and then Sausalito. Yeah, man. Went down to Sausalito. A lot of folks
Hey,
were out.
these are names that you only hear on TV.
Hey, these are what this is.
How do you,
High class. This is upper echelon. I'm not
yeah,
playing, brother.
right.
I think I'm cool with my little electric car, but I know. Ooh, you got Ferraris and everything else coming around. I'm just normal riding around in some of these neck of the woods in these areas. But well, like I was saying, a lot of folks were out, and everybody, not just when you go into a building, you don't have to wear the mask, but people walking the streets got the mask on. Doesn't matter, right? You can
Right, right.
be out there walking around downtown Sausalito. Everyone's covered up, which is a good thing. Right?
I,
Let's talk about that a little bit too. What you got?
I think I saw people in their inside their cars with masks. I know it's I'm like I mean what are they? I mean, what I'm saying. What's the purpose? I don't know. We can go over the mask. I mean, what's the whole
Oh,
deal with the mask?
well, you got to work. You got to be protected, but it's all about the science, right? Forget
Yeah,
everything else that you're hearing, but
yeah.
believe in the science. I wear my gator all the time when I used to go to the gym, but every time when we go out, I got my stuff on. But you don't want to. You really want to be protecting others from you and
Right.
others, and you protecting yourself from others as well. But you got to cover up the nose.
Yeah.
So that's a problem that I'm seeing too. Folks aren't covering up their nose; they're just covering up their
Hmm.
mouth. But you get to sneezing on people, and
And it's coming out your nose.
what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you got the virus. So, folks, if you go out, here's a little PSA, public service announcement from Scoop and EB. Wear your mask, cover your face, your nose, and your mouth at all times, because that's the only way we're gonna stop this and
Spread.
get better as a world. I was gonna say as a state, as a country, but the whole world is affected. So,
And I mean, even if you don't believe, I know people are walking around saying, "Hey, it's a hoax, it's a hoax." But even if you don't believe, I mean, it's just simple consideration for your fellow
yeah,
man. Because for me, I mean, I wear a mask when I'm around people. If I'm sitting
right,
in my car, I'm not wearing a mask. I mean,
yeah,
I get
yeah,
that, you know what I'm saying. But when I'm like within, around people, I'm just trying to like practice consideration and being considerate of others and saying, hey, you know what, I'm gonna wear a mask just in case around people. So
right.
I think that's a good kind of rule to go by. If you're around people, put a mask on. If you're not, feel free. It's up to you.
That's
But
true. I mean,
be considerate of your fellow man. I think if we had more consideration, there would be a lot less all this hate and violence. Worry about I don't know. That's just me. Consideration
uh,
can go a long way.
That's true. That's true. I'll go back to what you're saying about wearing them in the car. Man, yeah, that's a little overcorrecting, I think, right? You don't have to wear it when you're by
Yeah.
yourself in your car, but this is funny little comment here by shouts out. I see Sister Hicks on the line. Sister Carolyn Hicks. What's happening, Mama? Okay. Uh, I sure do. Every time I walk into like Walmart or Target or something, and I got my stuff on, man, you know, if this was last year and I walked in like that, they would have sure thought I was trying to get him, boy, trying to
Yeah.
take something off the shelf. But now brother can walk in with a mask
With a
on,
mask.
and it's
Shit.
all right, and it's
And that's
all right.
funny. That's funny because I'll be walking around saying, damn thing. I wonder if they think I'm gonna take this place. I was like wearing a mask. I'm like, oh hell no.
You know what I'm
See
saying?
my like
Code blue. EB is
now you
walking
got more
in.
people watching you down the aisles. Like,
Oh my God,
I'm
it's
just
terrible. It's
shopping.
terrible. Oh my, I don't know what to say, man. But again, take care of yourself, protect yourself at all times. You old? You remember what TV show that came from? That statement: protect yourself at all times.
I don't.
You older than me. You don't. That's Hill Street Blues, brother. That's old school
Oh
Hill Street
yeah,
Blues.
yeah, yeah.
You
That's
know,
yeah.
you
That
we got to do a trivia session because those are some things that you got to know. Um,
well, listen. I tell you what.
tell me,
Let's
talk
go.
to me,
Let's
man.
go back to talk about what we did this weekend. Yeah, I know you said you went out. You were out and about and around
Yes,
people. You know, and
yes,
you know, and I consider myself. You know, I like to be around people sometimes. But like now that all this stuff has started, you know, you like, you know, there's like a little bit of civil unrest. There's looking, but I still went out. So Dana got me to go out. I took some
mm,
pictures. We went out, and I'm wearing my mask. You know, a couple
yeah,
times we were around people. I get it. And I did catch myself like, you know, when I'm trying to get that good, like a shot, I posted
yeah.
some pictures on Instagram. You guys check it out. I took some shots, but you know, and my mask was off my nose
Uh oh, uh oh.
because it was fogging up, and I'm like, you know what, a quick 5 seconds, let me take this shot. I mean, what do you think? What do you think about that? Because I did, my mask thing came off. Nobody was like within 7 feet of me, but there was people around. So, what's your thoughts on that?
No, look, and again, I do not take my advice to the bank or anything like that, but I'm just using common sense. What is it? 6 feet, I think, is the
Mm-hmm.
recommendation. As long as you're not coughing, sneezing, hacking on anybody, if you're outside of that 6 feet, if you're 6.5, 7 feet, whatever that number is, I think, and you're outside, man, that's cool. But 99% of the time, keep that thing on your face as much as you can. But look, if someone gives you grief about it, acknowledge it, but still do the right thing and make sure you're all covered up. But yeah,
Yeah,
again, I'm just trying to follow the science piece of it. I see
yeah.
more and more folks, and I see both of these numbers going up. Hospitalizations, unfortunately, I see deaths going up. So
Wait,
it's
wait. Well,
real.
I'm sorry, but do you see deaths going up, or do you just see a ticker symbol on the TV?
Uh oh, you want to get political?
No,
Oh, hold
no.
on. Is
I,
that is that
I,
is that
I'm
what this
about to
show
because you
is?
were talking
Okay.
about.
I thought we was
I
trying
thought you
to
were talking about
tell
when you
jokes.
said, "Hey, your nose can't be out." I was like, "Oh, damn!" He's looking at my pictures. I was like,
I am looking at it right now. I
because
will
it did
share
come down. I was
with
like, "Oh
folks.
man."
I will share with folks the link to EB's Instagram post. But all right, okay. So speaking of masks and stories, and yeah, the whole thing, the whole story, the whole foundation of everything, coronavirus and COVID is not funny. But Jen just told me, I think it was last night, there was a lady here in Roseville
Mm,
who went to the Verizon store.
mm,
And the Verizon store that I go to all the time, I buy all my equipment from laptops, MiFi's, and everything. Old girl went in there, not Jen, some other lady went in there, didn't want to wear a mask, was in line, started acting a fool, started
mm.
fighting and arguing with the verbally with the people that work there.
Management store.
Next thing you know, she didn't pull their pants down and started peeing in the store.
Oh my! I thought I only
What
saw.
the-
I thought that was
Dude,
only in. You saw a lot.
man, come on now, man. See that's again that's not right. You should be
Yeah,
more.
that's
You should have
crazy.
some more home training than that, and that's just unacceptable. But yeah, that was a true story. It's hidden
That is.
my little 5 miles of influence here in Roseville,
Mm,
California.
mm,
We
mm.
got people acting stupid like that, walking into a Verizon store, can't get their iPhone because they're not wearing a mask, so they're gonna end up peeing on the floor. It's
That
terrible.
is insane.
It's
That's
terrible.
that's. I
It's
mean,
terrible.
what you have to wonder what goes through people's minds, and I get sometimes you you get to this point in your emotional, I don't know, instability, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's been times I would get so frustrated. I'm like thinking, why am I so frustrated? You know, if it's nothing I can control. And if somebody's saying you can't, you just move on to the next store. But to pull down my pants and go in there,
don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean,
Nobody wants to see that.
I've never gone there, but I'm saying my mind's never taken me there. So I'm trying to understand why that would take somebody to that point to like, oh, let me just potty all over everything. You know, that's gonna make it right.
You know, but you know when everything gets cleaned up, I'm gonna just go to that store because again I know all the folks here, and I'm gonna give them a hard time and be like, hey. Y'all going?
It better
want to
smell
clean
like
this up? y'all want to clean this up? Use some Lysol, do something. But hey, folks, is that the Instagram account you using, or are you using the Eric Photos one? Okay, so go check him out there. He's you shoot mirrorless now, right?
Oh yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's talk about that. Yeah, yes, sir. Let's keep the economy going. EB done stepped up and is now shooting mirrorless cameras. Talk to me. What you got there? Oh my God, that's a lot of lenses there.
The EOS R.
Yes.
Man, I can't say enough. I mean, to me, when you introduced me to this, I didn't think I was going to ever get away from the mirror. Just the way I was shooting before.
Yeah, the regular DSLR you were using. Right.
Yeah, regular DSLR. But when you have me, I went and shot with this. Shit, I will never go back. I don't know.
Now, see, but you a Canon guy. I'm a Sony man.
Yeah.
But the whole mirrorless technology, that's just the route to go. So tell us why, again, what completely changed your mind in terms of not having that click on the shutter. Maybe that's it. But why'd you go from DSLR to mirrorless?
I mean that is a downside, but it's not much of a downside because even when I shoot, my pictures they come out flawless. I mean, the face tracking on it alone. I could be shooting, and all of a sudden I kind of look down real quick or move real quick, and I'm still getting a clear shot of somebody's face. I'm like, it's amazing. It's crazy. And I know Canon is not paying me for this, but I'm telling you, I've stuck with Canon because I don't know. I'm used to it. Even though I'm learning, the buttons have changed a bit. You got all these new features. It's still a no-brainer for me. I mean, you can still, to the convenience, the grip, and I've held the Sony, but the grip on the Canon, and I don't even have the battery pack, which gives you a better grip. This thing, the grip on here is so comfortable. There would be times like I'd hold other cameras, and my thumb or my fingers are they become numb, and I'm like, oh man. But this, every time I can hold it all day long like this, it doesn't even matter. And they stuck with the flip screen, so I do like that, and the rotating flip screen.
You gotta have that.
You gotta have it. There's some cameras don't give you that. But now that I bought, spent like some money on this, and they came out with the EOS R5.
Right. You got to keep up, right? Trying to keep up with the Joneses.
And it's not even about that. It's now I can save money on lenses because before you get a lens that had IS on it, image stabilization. They built it now into the body of the new mirrorless, and I'm like, and other cameras, I'm sure.
Listen at you. I'm gonna make sure when we it's already being published now. I'm gonna make sure I send out a quick little tweet out to Canon on your behalf since you joined the So, but talk about that lens. Is that 24-70? What you got there?
This is a 24-70. Yesterday I shot with the 70-200 Tamrod. But I usually try to stick. But I'm telling you, I want to get the RF. I just ordered the RF, not to buy, to rent, because I want to take it out first. Because now that they have the RF mount, now I'm using this adapter so I can actually utilize most of the stuff on my the actual 70, the L lens, the 24-70 EF fitting. But the adapter kind of puts a little more weight on it. It's a little front heavy. You can see how it extends it out, the lens out a little bit more.
Right.
But I want to try the RF lenses because they said with all the features in the new camera and then the RF lens, I got to test it out. So I'm going to be looking out to get that RF lens. It's pricey. That bad boy to buy it is like $3,000 in itself.
Well, when you step up using real glass, right? When you shooting, you're going to pay $2,000-$3,000 for it. But you know what? If that's what you do, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I had my Sony mirrorless in, and I bought her one of the A6400s with the extended lens on it. So she's got a great mirrorless camera. I've got I've got the Sony Vlogger one, the ZV-1, and they're
Hmm.
supposed to release a webcam feature for that. So I'm looking forward to using that. But yeah, man, look, I like taking good quality photos too. And once in a while you can get something decent on these phones, but you got to
Yeah.
have some real equipment. Nikon, Canon, Sony, they're all high quality, and you got to get something like that to to use.
And there's pros and cons to the phone because
Yeah,
there's a lot of times space could be an issue, but I want to still get a nice shot, and so I'll use my phone.
yeah,
And the phone gets right in there. You don't have a lot of distance between you and your subject. But well, I'm telling you, man, I want to get that 85 millimeter RF to
God,
this camera, and I'm excited about it. So I haven't shot with it yet, so I want to see because 85 usually 85 is what I like to use when I'm shooting
right,
portraits or I'm shooting
right.
like out and about. And then the 70 to 24. That Tamron it's and all these lenses they are expensive, but I'm telling you they've paid for themselves. They pay for themselves. When you take a picture, somebody looks at that picture and says, "Oh man, I love that picture." You can't beat that. And
That's true. That's true.
they are expensive, but like I said, you do it right. They're gonna that lens has already paid itself off in the long
Well,
run.
look,
So
you think about it. That's what we've got right now, because we can go into our next topic, right? The fact that we can't go work out, unfortunately, and I don't want to depress either one of us. The fact that the gyms are closed, but we understand this for the greater good. But oh, what?
oh, we can work out.
Don't even tell me yours are
They're not
what?
okay. Put it this way: they're 24 because the gym I go to is 24. I go to LA Fitness at 24. I go between the two, but they are closed. However,
Right,
there are some gyms out here that were able to take their because remember they're only closing down indoor shops. Indoor, yeah,
right. True, true.
two gyms down here, and Coast Fitness. They've actually taken their equipment. They had an outside area that in this place I believe is covered. They have an outside area that allow them to put the equipment outside. Guess what? I can go work out. And there's two
You've been
gyms
out
that do
there
that.
doing some okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point
So
because CalFit up here actually a couple of their locations they said, you know what, yeah, there's kind of this loophole. We can pull some of our equipment outside. We can work out. They're even offering members the ability to rent equipment. So I can go rent a whole
wow.
squat rack. I don't have any place to put it.
Right.
Since my daughter's not moving and going to college, I don't have that room to use to build my home gym. But no, yeah, so that's true. Yeah, you can work out outside a lot of these facilities, which is cool. But so how's that working, man? Because you and I are kind of we're very serious, right? You get
Yeah.
up at
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning, whatever.
Crack of
I'm up
dawn. Crack of dawn.
whenever, and but I work out late. But we are there religiously. How
Yeah.
is this whole thing? How are you getting your training in? You doing all right?
Your training's you have to, man. For me, being over 50, I want to keep moving, and I think people keep asking me how you stay so young, and they can say genetics, but I'm telling you, it's because I keep moving.
Mm.
I don't stop moving. And then I don't allow calcium deposits to start forming in my
He
body.
said
I
calcium
try
deposits.
I try to eat right,
Hmm.
arthritis and
Right.
whatnot. But I try to keep moving. I think that's the key. When people stop moving, and same thing, and we can go back to this coronavirus and go back and forth. But like when you allow when you stay stagnant and allow the virus to take over your body, that's what it wants. Even when I'm sick, I don't go around people, but I do stay active. I think
Right.
your body needs that oxygen. The virus can't live it can't thrive when you are moving around and your body's actively fighting it. So your immune system can't stay strong, which is odd to me that they close the gyms because here in LA they got the bus system still running. I'm thinking, why would I want to be in a bus full of COVID people, possible COVID people, in a little bus when I could, I'd rather be
Yeah.
in a big gym where they're wiping everything down because I know the buses aren't stopping in between sets and wiping stuff down when people leave. I know
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
I mean, what makes that less dangerous than the gym? But anyway, and that'd be a whole another story. But
Look,
anyway, I like the fact that they're thinking out the box. They're saying, hey, you know what, you guys,
yeah.
and again, for me, the gyms have been practicing safe. Uh, they've been practicing safe, and I watch them. So when we leave, they start going there, wiping the machines down for the next group
Yeah.
of people to come in. So
Yeah.
they've been doing those things, and I think what the governor could have done was maybe sent inspectors and said, hey, you know what, see who's following the rules, see how they're doing it, and then we'll shut those down. But instead, I feel like everybody suffers for the few people that don't want to do their part, whether it be people or a company or businesses. But those businesses that do their part should not suffer for those that don't want to do that. And I feel like that's another topic. But anyway, I mean,
tell us how you really feel.
No,
look at you. You getting hot over there.
Look. We go, yeah, and I think that mentality, because I've been in that mentality all my life. In the military or growing up, your parents say if nobody says something, everybody's in trouble. In the military, somebody messes up because you got to have team camaraderie. Everybody's getting in trouble. We can't do that in this day and age. Right. Small businesses are getting hurt. Small businesses are suffering. And I'm talking about those that invest to put a COVID plan in place and follow that, and then they get closed down. I'm like thinking, come on. And you got places where you can actually get sick. Yeah, you ever seen that video where the people were riding on the bus, and again, I'm not talking about homeless or nothing, but the person was like sitting back on the chair, got up, and there's like maggots or
you nasty.
lice.
Come on,
that,
I don't know what you're talking.
If anything, that the bus it should be shut down if you're gonna shut down anything. But anyway,
there goes the sponsorship for this particular episode, ladies and gentlemen. We will not be monetizing this with any city officials or city agencies. So,
and that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, we have to think about what we're doing, think about how this is affecting. And I'm sure they are, but they have to say, let's do this smart. There's businesses that are practicing safe practices for this current situation we're in, and they're doing it. They're investing money. So the first not only did the first shutdown mess them up, and I'm saying this because my daughter is a business owner. She has a salon. She put everything she got into this business, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, everybody's got to shut down. Yeah. And then when I told her about the gyms putting stuff outside, I said, hey, sweetie, maybe you could do that. They said no. I'm like thinking, because you're touching the client. I get that.
Yeah.
But they got to think about what they're doing. She wears gloves. She wears a mask. Her the person that sits in the chair wears a mask. I mean, come on. Look at those companies or those small businesses that are, or even big businesses that are taking those extra steps or invested in those steps, and then say, hey, these guys are following and inspect. That's why you got inspectors. We got city inspectors.
Right.
And then take them out. Don't just shut everybody down because a few aren't doing that. Because a bar is allowing everybody to kiss and hug in a bar with no mask. Look at that situation. What's going on? Every situation is not the same. You know what I'm saying?
You all agitated. I don't even know what to say. Look, I don't know where the show went. I know it's unscripted, but it just, I might as well turn my camera off and let you go. But I'm not making light of it, brother. But I mean, yeah, what everything you're saying is well spoken, well meant. Needs to be talked about, and again, I'm not going to say smarter people than us, but I'm just going to say other folks that are more close to the situation, more close, hopefully, to the science again of it, are dealing with that. Right. They're not everything that's happening in terms of lockdown, shutdown, distance, whatever the case may be. I agree with either, but
I think it just has to make sense. You can't.
I'm hopeful that folks are doing something to get this right, and once we finally get the vaccine, we can start slowly getting back to normal. So
let's move.
Let's go to something else, because you got me all depressed now. We supposed to be laughing, and shouts out to Mom, because she's blowing up the comments right now. She's talking about your photos. She didn't believe you were in the military. He is old Air Force man too. Appreciate his service. Right. EB was in there. What else are we going to talk about?
Well, let's go back to your. Let's go back to your, because there's a lot of. I'm telling you, you've been a mentor to me for a long time. I know I'm older, but I love the way you think. I like the way you carry yourself, and here's the thing. I'm trying to get on the electric car thing, but when you came down to visit, and you got stuck, I was like, man, there's no way I want to be trapped somewhere and my car can't charge. No, I mean, I'm not saying it can't charge, but how long does it charge?
I'm not just. First of all, you're going to hit me with the compliment. Appreciate that. Love you for that. We go back many decades. But then you just hit me in the kidney right there with, Man, don't talk about Tesla, man. And, well, and I'm shouting out Rivian here too. I'm drinking, so I'm all electric in terms of vehicles. It's the way to go, brother. You definitely want
Yeah.
to experience it. Um, Range anxiety is real. Look, my Model S, 2016 Model S, I get a total of 225 miles per charge. I decided not to charge halfway through on our trip yesterday. I probably should have, because we got to
Oh,
our
that's
destination, and I'm driving and I'm thinking, oh, I got 85 miles before I start getting into issues, and so you think about that. But the newer ones, 300 plus, close to 400. Some have 400 miles
okay.
of range on a single charge. The infrastructure is out there, brother, especially for Tesla. I mean, you can charge anywhere. You can get it done. We stopped for 20 minutes someplace, a couple of places yesterday, and charged up and just kicked back, and then the car was ready to go. But looking at the
Well, let's talk
environment, the
about that.
fact that, yeah,
Well, let's talk about that. Yeah, because again, I want to go full electric. I'm telling you,
come
because
on.
this whole combustion
I got a
thing,
hold. Let me find my referral code so I can get some free miles. Right while you talking, go ahead, brother.
so now, not for me, I would travel like to wherever I went. I drove like, let's just say when I go to from LA to Sacramento,
Yeah,
and I'm driving 400 miles, right? For
yeah.
me, it's just okay. Where I make one stop before I get to Sacramento. Boom. After when I get out of the Grapevine, I'm gassing up. Boom. How is your plan? So is there more now planning to your process because you know what your mileage is per charge that you say, hey, you know what? Can you plot a destination? Say I'm gonna charge here. It's gonna take me so long to charge here, and then you know what I'm saying? Because for me, I know it's gonna take me like anywhere from 5 to 5.5 hours to get to Sacramento, and that's taking the
Right.
99 straight up. And I
Yeah.
mean, again, make one stop. How does that affect? I know you drove down here. Other than that one time, how does that affect you
Yeah, we're not gonna let
for
that slide. We gonna
your planning
when
and
we
your
get through with this
timing?
conversation,
Can
I'm gonna
you?
go back so I can correct that. Yeah. So it does add. You are more conscious about your travel, right? Again, and I was actually mentioning this to Jen yesterday. I said if we didn't have an electric car and need to charge, we wouldn't get to stop at some of these different places that we typically wouldn't go to. Heck, we had to
Wow.
stop and charge at
Right.
Novato, at the Novato premium outlets yesterday, and we were there for around
Uh,
30 minutes or so. We'd have never gone there, but now we have. Your trip, I would say, add an extra 30 minutes to it again, so you can charge on the
Charge
way
time.
up, depending on which model and range that you get. But
Mm.
but again, that's the time it's going to take you to stop, go to the bathroom, maybe grab something to eat anyway. So it's not as much of an inconvenience as it was for the early adopters. So let me put it that way. The
Got you.
infrastructure is out there. You can charge. A lot of them are very quick. So add 30 minutes to your current trip if you've got to pull over somewhere and charge up instead of the 2.5 minutes it takes to pump gas, right?
I think
But
that's huge. I think that's
yeah,
huge. I think that's a great step because I think you're right. When I drive 99 straight up, I stop one place after the Grapevine and that's it. But
yeah,
and here's the funny thing is that we would drive up the Grapevine and think, damn, that'd be a great place to shoot pictures, and we never
yeah,
stop. But what you're saying is now I could sit there, plan some time,
yeah.
and I'm gonna shout out to GGI,
Oh, what is
throw
what? He,
throw
now he's
throw
got
the
the oh.
throw the drone up, and I could
Okay.
get some nice aerial footage. And I think that's huge because I have not traveled the country as much as you, and I love to see your pictures, and I think that's going to help me to probably stop, charge, take
Yeah,
some time to shoot some stuff and enjoy the countryside or wherever I'm at, and then go about my way. I think that's huge.
yeah,
Maybe I
yeah.
will go electric.
Come
Maybe
on, man. It's the
I'm
way.
not
It's the
trying to
way.
get
Don't knock it, brother.
what
Join it.
what
Join it. It's like the cult of
what do you
Mac,
got? The
right?
Model S? You got
Yeah,
the Model
brother. I'm
S?
I'm rolling. I'm rolling
I'm
the
thinking
S.
about the Model 3. I'm not
Okay.
trying to go all
No, that's
out
that's
and
that's 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 what I would
yeah,
recommend for you. Maybe the long range
safe
Model
waters
Three,
first. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or or
So
or or the performance model, but that's what you need.
because I was on the site, looking at the ordering, and I'm like thinking, damn, they made this so convenient. I could pick my color, I could put the
Bruh,
wheels.
it's
So
it's a whole different experience than buying any other vehicle. It's
yeah,
like again, they are the Apple store of car buying because you can buy it online, give them $100 deposit, they start building it. If you get the brand new one, they'll build it. They'll let you know when it's ready. Then you pay them. You go and pay them. You go pick it up. It's completely seamless situation. Yeah, everyone has anomalies and there's issues here and
Yeah.
there, but for the high percentage of the time,
And you're
it's
saving
the
the
greatest
environment.
experience.
And you're
Yeah,
saving the
man. Look,
environment. Yeah.
I forgot how to pump gas. You know, I had to put some gas in Jen's car the other day, and I'm like, man, I don't know how to pull these levers. I don't know what the gas tank does. So, yeah, you
There was a
definitely get into a
picture.
hole.
There was a picture. There was a
What
picture that you shot, and then I don't know
who shot it?
if Jen shot it or you shot it, but you had the Tesla pulled up at a gas pump, and I think that was funny. I
No,
think
bro. See, we stopped. No, we stopped to get something to eat. It was a little AM/PM or something on the
yeah,
trip. And it was happened to be in the gas station,
that
and there
was a
was
hilarious picture.
little paradox there. What is this electric guy doing parked there? And well, why y'all messing with me? But hold on, I can't let this pass because you talked about the trip down to LA about me being stuck, and so you remember this whole thing. The Grapevine was closed. All the
Oh
roads
yeah. Oh yeah.
from Northern Cal to Southern Cal were closed because of a complete storm.
Storm.
Everything was snowed out. It's crazy to always think that high desert can have snow, but
Yeah.
all the freeways were shut down. We literally had to sleep in our car that night
Wow.
because there were no hotels available. There was no place to go. I was low on charge, so we didn't want to go too far. Anyway, that picture that you're referring to was shot at about 3 o'clock in the morning when we found a Walmart. I pulled the ride up into the front door of Walmart, not into the front driveway. I went in. I pulled up in the front door at 3 o'clock in the morning and wish somebody would have said something to me. Brother, you can't be parking your car here. What? I'm parking right here and plugging my car in. I unplugged the Coke machine and got me a little trickle chart. I sure did. Hey, brother, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta
And,
do it.
you got two kids sitting in the back getting antsy because it's 20 degrees outside, snowing.
Damn. It's crazy.
But yeah, that was a crazy experience. Don't wish that on anyone. But got through it.
But
Family,
since then
Hicks family adventure.
But since then, the plan, and also I love that too. I want to be able to take my kids and do stuff like that and just travel. You guys really a great example, a great example, a great family example. And it's not like the Chevy Chase old movie, what the National Lampoon. Well, actually,
a little bit, man. Because man, we get out there.
That's scary for me. That to be stranded, you really got to do some planning, and I think it's good. I think it's a good thing because you want to plan. You want to be able to say, hey, plan your trip, because I'm telling you, there's times I'll say, hey, it's 2 in the morning, let me shoot up to Sacramento.
Yeah.
And then just not think about it, and then things can happen. So
yeah.
But
that was definitely an anomaly. That probably will happen again. To be honest with you, it could have happened with a gas car because half of the gas stations were also closed because gas trucks couldn't get in. So it just kind of compounded because the whole Southern California was snowed in because of that crazy storm. But go ahead and get you that car. I'm gonna shoot you over my referral code so I can get my 1,000 miles of free supercharging. Make that happen. Make that happen. I'm all electric. Any car I buy from now on will be electric. My son is trying to get me to buy him a Model 3, but that's not going to be his first car out of high school. I got to send this other kid to LA for college, so I got to I got to watch.
It's still planning, brother. It's still planning. You got to plan it. Yeah.
I got to. So hold on. So I think so. We talked for a while, but so let's piggyback and tail in off of that. I got to save my little nickels. You getting really involved with a form of investing. We actually had a show a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, talking about this. Talk to us about where you are and how you feel about what's going on with the crypto game. What's going on?
Well, I mean, you know what? To me, I feel like Bitcoin is going to be the way of the future. And what I'm seeing when I do research, Robert Kiyosaki has always been like a great I don't know, role model, if you will, to follow.
That's the Rich Dad Poor Dad guy, right?
Rich Dad Poor Dad guy.
Okay,
He has. I sent you the link. Maybe share the link to Robert Kiyosaki, and this guy's done phenomenal. So I mean, he talks about older guys that have been investing in the game, Warren Buffett and stuff that they're not into it, but like you can see it going that way. You can see it going that way, whether Bitcoin is going to be the thing or any other altcoin is going to be. I'm investing in it because my thing is, if it's going to hit, it's going to hit. Just like any stock. I still invest in stocks. Don't get me wrong. But Robert talks about there's guys. It's going to be the wave. When I see big companies investing in that way of not currency, but maybe currency, and looking at Bitcoin and purchasing Bitcoin, I know that's something that's going to be huge. You have to think about it. We're printing money like it's going out of style, and it is going out of style. It lowers the value of the dollar, and then you look at ways that we can actually prevent that. You're talking about Bitcoin gives you transparency. Bitcoin, you have a certain amount. You can't just go and keep printing more Bitcoin. There's a certain amount, which when the demand is high, again, supply and demand. When the demand is high, you're going to make money off of that. When it's lower, the opposite effect. But I think Bitcoin, some type of cryptocurrency, I think it's getting close. You do your research. Look at there's coins and stuff that I invest in. We had a show earlier where there's a guy that talked to me about another other coins to invest in. But you got to research those things that you like, and a lot of times these altcoins are solving for some good solutions. It's expensive to send money around the world. If you're a person that sends money around the world, if you're traveling or you want to go to another country and you want to be able to convert your dollars cheaply instead of more expensive, and I think other countries, they're developing their own Bitcoin. China, Japan, they got they're listen to the show. These guys they're talking about it, and they know a lot more than I do. But I'm following these guys, and I'm following where the future is going. And you don't have to be a technologist, to understand simple economics.
I agree. I agree in the fact that there's relevance, right, and it needs to be taken seriously. This TV is on CNBC every day of the week when I'm working, and cryptocurrency, altcoins come up as a conversation. So the first link I showed folks was the link to the story that Eric was talking about. The link that's on the screen right now is the one where we did Talking Altcoin, where we had kind of a roundtable discussion. So check that out. Invest wisely. Don't take our advice. Again, what's a disclaimer? I am not a registered financial advisor. Do what you do with your money, but if you make a little bit, don't be afraid to send me some through Cash App or PayPal. We could definitely take advantage of some of that. Bruh, what is what's next, man? What you got going on with this coming week? I want to end on a positive note because we started and we went in different directions. Then we got very serious for a minute, which is good. We got to do that, but let's end on a pot. Tell me something positive that you're doing for yourself this week.
You know what? I'm just gonna get out there. The thing about the current situation that we're in. I'm done being scared. I'm at the point where I'm no longer being scared, but I am going to be cautious. But I'm going to get out there. I've been huddled in the house and staying in the house, thinking either I'm going to give something to somebody or they're going to give something to me. And I know that sounded pretty bad. It's not an STD I'm talking about. I'm talking about the COVID. But either way, I want to be considerate. So I'm gonna start venturing out more, getting out. Dana got me out. It felt good. And I was kind of grumpy. I said, man, I don't want to be around people, because of all the stuff that's going on. But you know what? I'm gonna get out. And I think everybody should, just for your peace of mind. And I know there's a lot of folks out there that are scared about this with the situation, whether it be COVID or civil. Get out there, live life, because the worst thing you want to do is to pass this life and then not live it. And, it's in the word life. Go out there and live life, and I'm gonna do the same. I got the drone, the camera. As soon as we get off this, I'm going out and shooting. Got the GoPro. I'm gonna capture everything I can. So be looking out for that. I'll be posting a lot of stuff on my Instagram and things like that, my YouTube. So be looking out.
Awesome.
Yeah. What about yourself?
That's good, brother. Yeah, you know what? Shouts out to Tall Boy. He over there making jokes. Get out there. I put it up there right when you started drinking. You're probably spewing coffee all over the place. Come on, Tall Boy. What's up, brother? We gonna get you on this show one time with us too, because we can tell stories for hours. But as far as me, look, I'm going to my brother-in-law is coming into town middle of the week, so it's gonna be good to see him, his wife, and their two little girls. So I'm gonna hang with them. Just keeping it going, keeping it moving. A lot of things going on at the office, which I don't mind, right? I still enjoy doing what I do for a day job. So, I mean, that's a good thing. When I stop enjoying it, I'm going to leave.
There you go.
But like I've done before. But
Yep. Yep.
look,
You
so
and me both.
man, let me tell you something. So, I hope I know somebody's watching that works with me at the daytime establishments, and just pass it on. And, no, but that's it, man. Just gonna do that. Keep doing that. I got my bike here, my Peloton, so I'm gonna jump
Right.
on that in about 10 minutes before and as I get ready for the show tonight. So let me do a quick plug before I shut up. State of the current events roundtable part 3 tonight, ladies and gentlemen, 4 p.m. Pacific time. We will have a incredible panel on. Mr. Burks, you've got some attendees that are participating as well, right? So looking forward to that. But this is what I'm doing, right? So again, since I can't go to the gym a lot, I'm working out at the house. I'm probably going to get on my other bike as well, get on the trek, but producing content, talking to folks, helping folks build their voice by owning either their websites or their podcasts or their audio, those types of things. This is what I'm doing to stay sane, spending time with the family. But that's just what it is, man. That's the thing that's keeping me grounded right now, and spending as much time with family and friends, you
It's
included.
all right. All right.
You good though, man? So hold on, you got a license for that drone? You able to fly it?
I do. I got a. Well, I was raised. You don't need one
uh,
anymore. You don't need one anymore. But no, I didn't. I've been wanting to take that license, but yeah,
That's an actual pilot's license. That Part 107. That's an actual pilot's
107.
license.
Yeah, exactly. No,
We'll talk about that.
I have that FFA number. That's all I got.
I got that too. What? How much you pay? $5? And look, I know.
But you don't have to get it anymore. Now they say you don't have to get that FAA number. So, it is what it is. But I hate, man, what is that? It is what it is. I've been using that lately. But no, I do want to take that Part 107. I think that's huge. A cousin of mine down here, she actually got it, and she got offered a little gig, doing some drone work. So I'm like thinking, damn, that's pretty cool. That'd be a good side hustle. But anyway, because me, man, I like to be the jack of all trades.
Keep it moving.
So.
Keep it moving.
Yeah.
I love it. You're not ready to
Exactly.
retire yet.
Not ready.
One thing before we shut down, and I'm seeing some metrics which are incredibly positive, and I didn't even tell you this, man. Today, this is the first show that ITNLive as a whole is streaming to both, to Facebook, Twitter, and to YouTube.
Nice.
Right. Up until today, I've always taken the video file down, converted it, and rendered it back up to YouTube and posted it post-show. But this is the first time that we're streaming to all the platforms, and I'm one eye is looking at metrics over here because that's what I do, and we're doing okay. So I think this is going to be the route to go. Shouts out to StreamYard. Had to put a little extra, meat into the kitchen here, right, and put some more funding into this, but it's paying off, and I think it's going to continue to grow. Hopefully the audience and the fans and the folks that are watching and engaging are enjoying what we're doing. We're doing this not just for us, we're doing this for you as well. So continue to give us your recommendations on show material, continue to give us recommendations on equipment. One last show, guy told me about my mic. It was all jacked up. So, hey, I went out and bought a brand new mic. So, so let's do it. Appreciate it. You guys be good, be safe, and talk to you guys later. Be good.
All right.
EB,
All right, man.
I'll talk to you about it.